before we officially begin with the fun and frivolity here, take a look at that board. Look at that board right now with only 2 games on it. Isn't that depressing? Only 3 games left in the NFL season this year, 2 coming up on Championship Sunday. Of course it's depressing because we love football and we love betting on professional football. But the good news is this. Following a winning week last week on the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, we advance now to Championship Sunday with a lot of momentum. And only 2 games on the board, but strong takes on both of them here for the Board of Spreads Championship Sunday edition presented by the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM. Download that BetMGM app. Visit BetMGM.com. That's right, I'm talking to you. BetMGM, the King of Sportsbooks. And I am Nick Kostos, and I am here to give you best bets and winners coming up Championship Sunday in the National Football League. And before we give you the bets and the analysis for the Chiefs and the Ravens, that hurt my hand. The Lions and the 49ers, that one was a little bit lighter. First, we must pay homage to the Board of Spreads. All right, Board of Spreads, let's keep the good times rolling coming up this weekend. And I got to tell you, I got irrational takes, irrational thoughts, irrational feelings about the 2 games coming up on Championship Sunday. And damn it, I think I'm going to be a winner. Nay, I know I'm going to be a winner. I don't know that. I hope so. On Championship Sunday. And we will begin with the first game. And to the professional wrestling fans out there, this is going to be like WrestleMania 18. We've got Rock and Hogan on the undercard. And then main eventing, here's Triple H and Chris Jericho in front of a dead crowd. Really? We're going to put the Chiefs and the Ravens up first? And then this is going to be the main event? Not like it's a bad game, but let's be honest, man. This is the main event. This is Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. This is The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the match for all the marbles. AFC Championship game with the Chiefs and the Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens, after demolishing C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans in really impressive fashion. What a performance by the soon-to-be 2-time NFL MVP Lamar Jackson. What a performance by offensive coordinator Todd Monken, figuring out the DeMeco Ryans blitz in the second half. What a performance by defensive coordinator and maybe soon-to-be NFL head coach Michael McDonald. I keep forget we're not in love anymore. What a job by McDonald. What a job by me. That's not bad. I think he's going to be a head coach. What a job by that defense against C.J. Stroud. Ravens, best team all season, and now they get to entertain. Listen, man, my guy Sam's over here. He's a big Buffalo Bills fan, works on the BetMGM team. Yeah, my guy looks like someone just ran over his dog after what happened to the Bills this past Sunday, because Buffalo did it again. Hey, Buffalo, do you know what literally, Einstein, pretty smart guy, right? The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Here's Sean McDermott on the sideline coming up week 1 of the 2024 season. Please fire this bozo and try and do something different, Buffalo, because the same thing always happens. Here's the demon, the dragon, wearing number 15 in red to shove it up your derriere and send your asses home to Western New York. And yet another AFC Championship game for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And look, I get it. I'm a fan and a bettor, but I'm a fan first. Been a fan my entire life, a sports fan, just like all of you. We all grew up. Now, I'm a Yankees fan. So, I loved when the Yankees were on that run in the late 90s and in the early 2000s. But you, if you're not a Yankee fan, you were sick of watching the New York Yankees. Unless you were born in New England or whatever, you're a Michigan fan and you love Tom Brady, weren't you sick of watching the New England Patriots? It just reaches a point where we can acknowledge greatness and we can say, wow, Patrick Mahomes might be the best quarterback we've ever seen. And Andy Reid's going to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. And look at how amazing this Kansas City Chiefs run has been. We can acknowledge greatness while simultaneously saying, enough. Can someone please beat this freaking team? It should have been your Buffalo Bills, but you know what? They're curtain-jerking jabronis like Stephon Diggs, who wants to whine and complain like a diva and then can't catch a perfectly thrown ball from Josh Allen. What a scrub. I don't want to hear it from Stephon Diggs anymore. So look, I know out there, you watching this right now, unless you're a Chiefs fan, or unless you're some bandwagon fan, like when I grew up in New York and the Knicks were getting their brains beaten in by Michael Jordan every year. And here's some schmuck that I went to grade school with wearing a Bulls jersey. Hate that crap. Also, I still am friends with some of those people. But maybe you're a bandwagon Kansas City Chiefs fan. Who wants to see the Chiefs win this game? honestly. Like, we want to see something new. We love Lamar Jackson. Everyone wants to see Lamar Jackson win. I love the narrative that's like, oh, everyone hates Lamar. Who hates Lamar Jackson? The guy's unbelievable. He's about to win his second MVP award. Everyone wants to see the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson beat the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. So look, that might be what we want. But is that what's going to happen? Here's the question that I think we all need to ask ourselves. Does the regular season, in your opinion, does it matter? If the regular season matters, the Ravens should be a bigger favorite in this game. And they're already like more than so you're going to look at this and say, oh my God, Patrick Mahomes plus 3.5. Baltimore should probably be a bigger favorite than they are in this game. So if the regular season matters, then you should look at this point spread and say, I don't even care who's on the team in red. I'm going to lay it with the Baltimore Ravens, with the best team and maybe the best overall coaching staff to advance to Super Bowl 58. Now, in my opinion, the problem with that line of thinking is that the Kansas City Chiefs have a quarterback who you might have heard of. His name is Patrick Mahomes, and he might be the best football player that any of us have ever seen. Now, I know Rangs with a Z at the end. He's only got 2 right now, and Brady's got 7. And this is not like Mahomes is definitely better than Brady. But we all have to acknowledge, right? Be honest, that there's a chance that this guy's the best football player ever. Certainly looks like he's on his way to being that at this current moment right now. He's absolutely awesome. So you get the best football player ever. I don't like them. I was rooting against them last week. I ended up teasing Kansas City in the game, and I was rooting for Buffalo. I don't want to see this team win. But look, they've got the best player. And I love Baltimore. It's not meant to be an insult to Baltimore. Price matters. If the point spread were Baltimore minus 2.5, I'd be really interested in the Ravens. But I get 3 here with Kansas City. I get the Chiefs lose by 3, and I win my bet on this game. I get the best football player ever, plus 3.5. I'm going to take those points because I get it. Ravens have been great. Love Lamar Jackson. Harbaugh's awesome. Monken's awesome. Michael McDonald's got a great set of pipes. But on the other side is the dragon. On the other side is the demon. He's in red. He wears number 15. And he's going to slay the Baltimore Ravens coming up on Sunday. And by slay, I mean maybe lose by 3 points. But probably also going to win the game. Give me Kansas City plus the points. Kansas City on the money line. And let's talk props for a second also. Man, there have been times this season where Travis Kelce has looked like the Travis Kelce of old, like he did last week against the Buffalo Bills. And there have been more times, if we can be candid here, that he has looked just like old Travis Kelce. Bottom line is this. Travis Kelce is the second best tight end in the history of the National Football League. The best is Rob Gronkowski. That's just a fact. Sorry, Kelce's great. Gronk was a little better. Kelce is a no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer. Do we really think that Travis Kelce's receiving yards prop is like 60 or 61.5? Really? Big players show up in big games, and they love to impress their extremely famous girlfriend, maybe soon to be fiancés. Travis Kelce dominated the Buffalo Bills. Do we really think Travis Kelce is just going to show up and drop a bunch of passes here in the AFC Championship game? In the immortal words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't trust anybody. Give me Travis Kelce over 61, is the joke actually. 61.5 receiving yards over for Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs to get the job done in the AFC Championship game. That's kind of depressing, right? Everyone wants to see Baltimore, right? Everyone wants to see the Ravens win the AFC, much like everyone wants to see the Detroit Lions win the NFC. The Lions making it to Championship Sunday for the first time since the 1991 season, where they were absolutely obliterated, railroaded, eviscerated by the Washington en route to Washington's triumph in Super Bowl 26 over those loser Buffalo Bills. Sorry, they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. One was to the Washington. So it's Detroit's first berth on Championship Sunday since that fateful January back in 1992. And this time they get the second best team in the regular season all year, the San Francisco 49ers, fresh off them avoiding a near upset, probably should have lost to Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers last Saturday night. Because here's Brock Purdy. It's like, it starts raining and Brock Purdy turns into Jim Druckenmiller. I don't know what the hell goes on with this, wiping his hand. Like Jordan Love didn't seem fazed by it. Also, by the way, you know who else can't play in the elements outdoors? Jared Goff. He's got small hands. So do I. I'm also talking, and I'm not a quarterback in the National Football League. The good news for both these quarterbacks, though, is that it's going to be like 70 degrees on Sunday in the Bay Area. This is going to be prime, optimal football conditions. So if you like the Detroit Lions, you don't have to worry about Jared Goff and his small hands putting the ball on the turf because of the weather. Now, maybe Nick Kostos knocks it out of his hands, but that is a story coming up for Sunday. And before I give you my pick for this game, everyone loves Detroit. And let's be honest, right? Unless you're a 49ers fan, like you want to see Detroit win this game or at least keep it really close and make a game of it, right? Coming up in the second game on Championship Sunday. Before we talk about 2024, let's take a trip back in the old time machine to 1957. 1957. I wasn't alive. I guess it was a good year. But in 1957, the Detroit Lions won their final NFL championship. Pre-Super Bowl. Lions have obviously never been to a Super Bowl. 1957, the Lions won the final of their 4 NFL championships. Detroit has not won a football title since 1957. And in the 1957 NFC Championship game, I promise I'm not making this up, you can look it up, Detroit went to San Francisco and went down big early in the game and had a rip-roaring, restore the roar comeback to win the NFC and route to winning. I don't even know if it was called the NFC Championship game, but they beat San Francisco the game before the game in comeback fashion en route to their final NFL championship. And here we stand right now on the cusp of history, once again going on the road to San Francisco. And here's how I think this game is going to play out. On one side, you've got a quarterback in Jared Goff, who, by the way, everyone likes to, can I use the S word? I can, right? Everyone likes to go bleep it out. Everyone likes to shit on Jared Goff, right? Throughout the course of his career. Discarded by Sean McVay after Bill Belichick mind-effed him in the Super Bowl, right? And that was the beginning of the end for Jared Goff in Los Angeles. But lest we forget, 2 weeks before that Super Bowl, Patriots and the Rams, Jared Goff went on the road to New Orleans in the NFC Championship game. Bad call aside on defensive pass interference, non-call in that game at the Saints and the Rams. Jared Goff outplayed Drew Brees in the NFC Championship game to the tune of 297 passing yards. My expectation is Jared Goff, he shows up and he shows out against an overrated San Francisco 49ers defense, not coordinated by Bobby Saleh and his painted-on beard, not coordinated by DeMeco Ryans, who got kicked to the curb by the Baltimore Ravens, but coordinated by Steve Wilkes, who's a good head coach. He's also not those guys. I think that Ben Johnson, in maybe his final game as Lions offensive coordinator, he's going to have it schemed up. He's going to have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sammy Laporta and Josh Reynolds and Jamison Williams and the great Jahmyr Gibbs, who's the second best running back in the NFL behind only the guy that's playing on the other side in red named Christian McCaffrey. He's going to have them all schemed up. He's going to take advantage of the 49ers defense, and I expect Jared Goff to play, and I expect Jared Goff to play extremely well. I think he goes 300 or more passing yards prop in the 250s or the 260s. Jared Goff way over. Jahmyr Gibbs combined rushing receiving yards going to go over as well. So I think the Lions offense is going to have a lot of success. Now, also think the Niners offense is going to have a lot of success. Brock Purdy got the game out of his system. Weather going to be good. Now, we don't know as we tape this right now. And look, here's the thing, right? We tape this Wednesday morning. At some point on Wednesday afternoon, later today, we're going to find out probably if Deebo Samuel is going to be good to go in this game or not. He obviously matters a lot for the San Francisco 49ers. So at the end, I'll give you the betting advice if you like San Francisco in the game, when the entry point is to bet the San Francisco 49ers. But whether Deebo plays or not, it's a big difference between having him in the game and then he gets hurt in the first possession and the offense looks lost from there. Like one of the first plays of the second half, San Francisco runs an end around to Jawan Jennings. Like, does anyone really think that play was actually for Jawan Jennings throughout the week? It was obviously for Deebo Samuel and they ran it with someone else. It's a lot different to lose a guy in game than it is to know all week that you don't have him. So even if the Niners don't have Deebo Samuel, I think they're going to score in this game. I like over 51. That'll be play number 1. But as far as the side is concerned, I'm telling you I like the Niners offense. I'm telling you I like the Lions offense. On one sideline, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is going to go all or nothing in this game. Super Bowl berth on the line. He's a crazy person. In the Cowboys game, he went for 2 from the set. He's a lunatic. He's insane. And it's freaking awesome. Campbell's going to go, and he's going to let it all hang out. He's going to show the grapefruits, and he's going to go for it on 4th down, and he's going to have a fake punt, and he's going to do all sorts of crazy stuff to try and win the game. And on the other side, you've got a head coach who, to be fair, one of the best head coaches in the National Football League. I would love for him to be the head coach of my favorite team, Kyle Shanahan. All he does is win a million games, take jabroni quarterbacks and make them look like absolute superstars and get to the NFC Championship game basically every season. But then when they get there, in the big moments, the cheeks get a little tight. And the decision-making, it looks like, the primetime block on Fox News, we're getting hyper and super conservative. He can't help himself. Even when they're a big favorite, he's going to punt, he's going to kick, he's going to play for the kick. He can't help himself. So on one sideline, you've got a guy who wants to roll the dice. He wants to bet. He wants to gamble. And then you've got Kyle Shanahan, who's going to take the insurance when he's got 21. That's kind of how this is going to go for the San Francisco 49ers. So do I want to take the 7 with Detroit? Not really. Because what happens if the Lions go for a couple of these 4th downs and they don't get them? Like, they might get avalanched in this game. But if they do get them, we're not going to need the points. For the first time since 1957, the Lions will play for a world championship. Restore the damn roar. Lions money line. Lions to win the NFC Championship coming up Sunday on the road in San Francisco against the 49ers. Now, if you like the 49ers in the game, let's have an act betting conversation, right? If you like San Francisco, you don't have to agree with me. You think I'm an idiot. Maybe I am. If you like San Francisco in the game, lay 6.5. If you like Detroit in the game, you are looking for a number 7 or better. If Deebo Samuel's going to play, maybe this closes 7, in between 7 and 7.5 for San Francisco, and maybe that's your entry point to bet Detroit. If Deebo Samuel does not play, this is going to close like 6.5 probably. That'll be your entry point to bet the San Francisco 49ers. So for me, if you want to be a little cautious, you want to take the points with Detroit, maybe they lose a close game, great. I'm going to roll the dice, and I will take Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and the Detroit Lions to win and advance to Super Bowl 58. And we will get the rematch of the 2023 NFL season opener, won by Detroit in Arrowhead in Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. And this time, like, the Chiefs will definitely win. So I think that's kind of like what we're probably going to see Kansas City win another Super Bowl. Get used to it, everybody. So Kansas City plus the points, and give me Detroit to win the damn game on Sunday in Candlestick or Levi's or whatever the hell they're calling it these days. It was something different in 1957. I forget the name of the stadium. And and also, just in case anyone wants it, let's have a teaser conversation. Because, the teasers were actually awesome last week. If you wanted to tease something, and I don't think this is a great teaser week, but if you wanted to, we would tease San Francisco down, I guess. I don't want to do this, but if you wanted to do it, someone wants to make a teaser. San Francisco down to -1. San Francisco just to win the game. San Francisco to win. They win by 3, you win. And I guess you could tease Kansas City up to +9.5. It's actually like a brutal teaser, but it might win. It very well might win. So if you want to place a teaser, for me it would be Kansas City up and San Francisco down would be the 2-team teaser coming up for championship Sunday. So gave you some prop bets, right? Goff over passing yards, Gibbs over combined rushing receiving. Gave you props in the Kansas City game. Travis Kelce over receiving yards. Chiefs to cover, Lions to win. Setting up Super Bowl 58 in the Sin City. And there you have it. The best bets for Championship Sunday, presented by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Sign up, get those bets in now. BetMGM.com and the BetMGM app. I am Nick Kostos, and I will see you live in Las Vegas for the Board of Spreads edition, Super Bowl Sunday.